We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio.
KTDD Riverside, San Bernardino. Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
Yes, we are live on Fox Sports Radio. It's your host, Eternal. Acai Sportsnet, connected by Boost Mobile on Fox Sports 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops right here. You all right?
Nope.
You sure? All right, man.
Nope.
Take your time. Take your time, man. I'm excited this weekend. You know, this was a weekend when you look at high school sports. This is kind of the week where a lot of people take off, and they don't do a lot of things this week. So when you look at our top 5 poll, a lot of the teams were idle.
Billy?
No, American.
Okay.
American Idol.
Yes, it was still a good week for football. However, there was some games going on. I know that one of our outlets was showing the Big Bear game. There was a game with Big Bear and Rim of the World. I was actually up there. And when I tell you, if you ever want to get a sobering experience, drive up there. It is. I mean, I am telling you, boy, it is like something. But again, you know, Big Bear. I know Big Bear and Big Bear. They played last night, so I think we have a caller. But I know we got some other stuff to take care of. But Coach B, let's go over this. We have our top 5. Again, it's the week 4. The week 4 IE Sportsnet Fox Sports 1350 AM, the 11-man football. Top 10 poll. We're going to give you the top 5. Am I correct, Coach B?
Correct. If they want to get the whole thing, they're going to have to wait. And also, I know Michelle Gardner from the SoCal News is going to be calling in, so we'll get some of her input as well. So on the week 4 IE Sportsnet Fox Sports 1350 11-man football poll, the only team in the poll, like we said, if you want to get the entire top 10, you got to go to IESportsnet.com. But the only team in our top 5, because that's all we give you on radio, was Norco. They're the only team that played last night.
Indeed.
In that top 5, and they defeated Chino Hills a score of 45-0.
Funny story, real quick, Coach B. Now, a lot of people have pondered why Norco is in there, because you look at their record, and the record says certain things on there. But when you roll up on Chino Hills,
they're 2-3.
Yeah, currently, but they were 1-3 going into this week.
Correct.
And so folks would have thought like maybe Norco wasn't really legit.
Right.
Ask Chino Hills.
When you look at Norco's record, some of the teams that they've lost to this season: Servite, Pac-5. They've lost to Rancho Cucamonga. They lost to Orange Lutheran. Those are all Pac-5 schools. The one thing about Norco reminds me of Florida State, if you remember years ago.
Yes.
They'll take on anyone, anywhere, at any time.
Right. And again, the school's legit. In terms of Inland Empire schools, again, that's what we give you. We give you the Inland Empire top 10 poll. Norco, definitely legit. So, as you were saying, Norco's number 5. Coming in, another idle team this week was Heritage. And Heritage definitely a legit school. They're really doing good things. They're 4-0. I mean, they're 4-1 right now.
Then you had Upland coming in at number 3. And there was some confusion. You thought the big showdown against the number 2 team in the poll was this weekend.
Yeah,
but
I was ready. I had my, the backpack, camera packed. I was ready to do it.
I went to my human encyclopedia, Brian II, and I said, when is that Upland Rancho game?
Right,
and
the walking calculator.
It was not this week.
Yes.
He said it was next week,
Yes, he had that ready. So as you were mentioning, number 3 being Upland, and then number 2 being Rancho Cucamonga. Who do we have at number 1, Coach B?
At number 1, it's getting to the point where it's a race for number 2 because, like I said, we've done this poll for 5 years, and I don't think there's ever been a time that the Corona Centennial has not been number 1 in our poll.
Well, again, it's not like we're giving it to them. So.
Right. Yeah, so, again, if you want to get for all the up-to-minute scores, log on to IESportsnet.com. To find the complete poll, log on to IESportsnet.com. And then we had another one we're excited about. Now, we got to let people know because we had some people say, hey, you guys, when you do the player of the week, there's a voting system. But when you have, here's the thing, here's a disclosure. When you have someone who has a historic night like this young man did, we have to step in and we have to get this boy awarded because Jaden Daniels, throw some of those stats out there.
Again, yeah, he and this is for week 4. He had 4 touchdown passes. Excuse me. I had 4 touchdown passes, 455 yards and passes.
Say that one more time. How many yards passing?
400. Maybe I didn't articulate the 455 yards passing. Then he had 1 touchdown run, and then he had 88 yards of rushing as well. And that was in a win over Redlands. Again, Redlands being a legit
historic program.
Yeah, so we know the deal. I know we have a caller. We have guests in the studio, but I know when we have callers. I know with my phone, I can't be on hold more than 3 minutes.
Yeah,
my minutes start messing up, and they charge me by the minute. So we have a caller. Caller, you're live on air.
Hi.
Who are we speaking to this morning?
It's your one and only friend, Michelle Gardner.
Oh, my Miss Gardner, it's been so long.
She forgot about us.
One of my favorite songs is Anita Baker, It's Been So Long. How are you, Miss Gardner? How's everything going out there in the sports world?
Not bad for a Saturday morning.
Well, we keep up in step with you. You just heard, I don't know if you got a chance to hear, we just kind of went over our top 5, which, I'm just going to kind of just give them to you. And now you can slice this up, Ms. Gardner, because you are, you're qualified to do such. We have Norco at number 5, Heritage at number 4, Upland at number 3, Rancho at number 2, and Corona Centennial at number 1. What do you think about that?
I can't really argue with any of those gentlemen. I think Ukaipa might be one of those teams that's knocking on the door.
Yes,
but for now, I can't argue with any of those.
I agree. And then, and Ms. Gardner, again, thank you. Obviously, we appreciate it.
And we're excited because she's the baseline expert. So she got up bright and early.
Yes.
Because next week we're going into baseline play.
Oh, yeah. And I know you were at a game. I saw that great footage you got of that touchdown. So that was good stuff. But anyway, let's talk about Rancho Cucamonga. We have, the stars, Jalen Red, excuse me, and Thomas Graham are gone. But they're now led by senior quarterback, Nick Acosta, and with a combo of senior running backs, Justin Alexander, and sophomore Sean Dollar. Talk to us a little bit about where they are right now with the 4-0 start.
They've played up to what they thought they would. I mean, they're where they thought they would be right now. I think Nick Baez thought that the Citrus Hill game was going to be a little bit closer because Citrus Hill's a really good team. And Rancho just put everything together that game. Obviously, Rancho beat Norco. That win stands for itself. What does it tell you that Rancho Cucamonga beat Norco and Norco beat Chino Hills 45-0?
The irony.
So I'm thinking that there's a pretty definite gap between the top 2 teams and everybody else in this league this year. And Rancho is just a little bit different this year. If you look last year, they had those stats with those guys, and Jalen Rudd was a beast. But if you look at their numbers this year, they're pretty pedestrian numbers for their players individually. They don't have that guy that's got those numbers that are going to grab you. But I asked Nick about that earlier in the week, and he said, well, we just have a lot of guys. They don't have a receiver. Look at our individual statistical rankings. They don't have anybody in receiving. They don't have anybody in the top 20 in rushing yardage.
Right.
Acosta is up there in passing yardage. But it's just one of those years where all the yardage is evenly distributed pretty much. And Nick said they've had a lot of short fields where maybe they didn't have to go far for a touchdown. And obviously they've had some blowouts at halftime last night. He basically pulled all of his starters. So it's you look at their numbers and they don't jump out at you, but we all know they have dudes.
Right. And let's talk about Upland because again, Upland is up there as well. Obviously, they have again they're undefeated, and we're going to be obviously looking forward to that matchup. It's going to be my goodness, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to suck the energy out of the city. But let's talk a little bit about Upland. They have a quarterback out there. Let's talk a little briefly about them as well, please.
Well, Upland, I talked to several coaches, and the common thread, and multiple coaches have told me, the difference between Upland and everybody else is that they've got a lot of guys that are so quick and athletic that they literally look like they're playing at a different speed than everybody else. I mean, they literally look like they're a college team playing against high school players. I talked to Kurt Bruick about it before Rev played them, and he said it's scary.
Wow.
Now, the player that everybody needs to look for is Justin Flo, sophomore linebacker. This kid, I don't know if I've ever seen a sophomore this good in high school. He's 15.
Wow.
He's the number 1 ranked linebacker in the country for sophomores. And his nickname, if this tells you anything, is Baby Man. I mean, he's all over the place. I left the game when they played Rev just stunned.
Wow.
This kid played as a freshman last year, got pulled up to the varsity, had 19 tackles against St. John Bosco.
Wow.
In the playoffs.
And once again, we're joined on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Hotline by SoCal News Group sports writer Michelle Gardner on IE Sports Down on Fox Sports 1350 with Coach B and Eternal. And I think I cut you off a little bit about there, Michelle.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I was just going to say, I just think this could be a special year for Upland.
Right.
The way last year was a special year for Rancho.
Right.
The difference between the two is that Rancho was in Division I last year, and we all know that the chances of them winning Division were not particularly good. Upland's in Division II this year.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I don't know. It's early. We're halfway through, but I think Upland has got a very, very legitimate shot at running the table.
And I think I agree with you when they made the adjustment. You know, the surprise team of the baseline has been Los Osos with Coach Alex Pierce coming over from Rialto Carter. It seems to be a really good fit. Last year, Los Osos went 1-9 all year, but after 5 games, Coach Pierce has got them 3-2. What about that Los Osos team?
They've improved, but if you look at their schedule, their non-league schedule, they haven't played the caliber of teams that most other teams in the baseline have played. So the jury is still out. I think Alex Pierce is one of the best coaches in the area. What he did at Carter there, the teams he had, and what he did there, I have a world of respect for Alex Pierce. I think he's one of the best. But Los Osos still doesn't have the athletes that Rancho has, or Upland, or Etiwanda for that matter. So I think Los Osos has improved, and you've got to walk before you can run. They're still, I think, going to have a hard time in the baseline league. That's not to say that in the future he doesn't have something that could be good, but it's still his first year, and I think the jury is still out on Los Osos.
And it looks like, I agree with you. It looks like he's turning it around. And like you said, Etiwanda, talking about them, and people call me, Eternal calls me a homer just because I have 2 kids that go there, and then I have one that'll be there next year. That doesn't mean anything. And we have Etiwanda cheer in studio with us today. That doesn't mean I'm a homer. But it looks like Etiwanda has been bitten by the injury bug again. Running back Lawrence Starks, who spent the most of last season on the injury list, is healthy, but standout wideout Jordan Porter is out for the rest of the season. They started with a win over rival Summit, but they're riding a 4-game losing streak going into baseline play. What are your thoughts on the Eagles?
I think this is a very important year for Etiwanda. This is Kevin Davis's 3rd year. I think when you're talking a coach's 3rd year, that's when you expect them to start seeing them turn the corner. I don't know if Etiwanda's done that quite yet. And again, I don't know what they thought they were thinking by scheduling Corona Centennial. To me, that still blows my mind that they even scheduled that team. I think a game like that can really blow a team's psyche. To get beat like that, maybe you find out you're not as close as you thought you were. But no, Etiwanda has always had athletes, and I think all of us that follow the baseline league are kind of scratching our heads going, when is Etiwanda going to come of age? They haven't done it yet. And I don't know. Losing Porter, I think, is huge.
And right now, again, we're going to see, because we have a game. We're going to be lined up with those guys next week. What's the game next week, Coach B?
I'll pull the schedule. I didn't know you were going to put me on the spot.
It's Los Osos, right? So we're going to see quickly.
The Battle of Cucamonga.
Yes, we're going to see, real quickly right now how that team is matched up, at least against baseline teams. Talk to us about, excuse me, we have to get ready to cut out of here, Ms. Gardner. However, talk to us about the rest of the baseline league, if there's anybody else in there that you think we need to be paying attention to.
I think the battle's for 3rd. Like I said, I don't see Rancho or Upland losing to anybody else, and I think the battle's for 3rd. And I probably, if I had to pick, I would probably go Damien there, but I honestly don't see anybody challenging one of the top 2 teams. So I think probably 3rd place might be Damien, but you never know. I would go Damien, possibly Chino Hills, but I don't think anybody's going to challenge those top 2 teams. And I think if you're those other teams, I think people knew that before the year started. I think Chino Hills got off to a pretty good start. Beating Ayala was a good win for them. So I thought Chino Hills maybe was a little better than we thought, but I still don't see anybody breaking into that top 2.
And we will be watching all year. I love reading your column. Love everything that you do. Michelle Gardner, I'm kind of partial because she calls into the show, and she's the fifth Beatle. She, to me, is the best sports writer in the Inland Valley. Michelle Gardner calling in on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Hotline, the SoCal News Group sports writer on IE Sports and on Fox Sports 1350 with Coach B and Eternal. Now, Eternal, I have a question for you.
Indeed.
Have we ever had royalty in studio?
You know, when I looked at my Instagram page, I'm playing. We have not. No, we have not been graced with the likes of royalty before. So do tell.
So we have the 2017 Etiwanda Homecoming Queen in studio with us. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Wow. Wait a minute. I mean, do they do the flower thing like they did in Coming to America? That is a good thing.
If I'd have known we would have been going to be graced by royalty, we would have done better preparation.
And we would have had the drop top outside that you could have waved to the good folks of Riverside as you made your way in from the 215 freeway.
Exactly. I would say it was her destiny. So we have Destiny Freeman in studio, Etiwanda High School cheer. She is the varsity cheer captain, and we have Miss Tracy Allo. Hello.
Yes. Now let's real quick. Tracy, I want to talk to you real quick. We want to make sure we pull the mic up so where everybody can hear you.
Okay.
So first thing first, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having
us. We really appreciate that. Now let's talk about your cheer group.
Yes.
Because now, how long have you been doing this? And kind of give us a little background about your thing and how you got involved in cheer.
Okay, well, myself and LaShawn Freeman, we're both co-advisors at Etiwanda, and this is our third season. We started off as friends,
okay.
And we had daughters that went to Etiwanda, and when the job became available, ironically enough, I interviewed for the job without her knowing, and she interviewed for the job without me knowing. We saw each other in the parking lot and kind of thought, wow, we could do this together. And at the time, Assistant Principal Derek Bubb thought so too.
Right.
And here we are.
And I knew we had something in common. I have a daughter at Etiwanda too, so I thought I'd throw that out there. But look at this, Eternal. This is funny. So Tracy, you said you played high school sports, but you decided to do cheer, so they would cheer right?
Yes. Myself and three of my friends. I played 3 sports in high school, and my basketball
I was on 3 teams, but I never got on the field of action. So.
And my dad was a high school football coach. He actually coached at Chino Hills. Was his last team he coached at before he retired.
So you're local then.
Grew up in San Dimas.
Okay.
San Dimas High.
Yeah.
And we decided that we wanted the cheerleaders to know what they were cheering for and know a little bit about the game. So the 4 of us tried out for cheer, and we made it. And I guess you could say the rest is history.
That's an athlete to go from playing 3 sports to cheer. I mean, what else can you do?
Exactly. And I really, you came with the hat. I like the shirt. I mean, now the hat. Did you make that or?
I didn't make it, but we had them made.
Okay, I'm about to say, guys, we got to see where those are available, so that way we can put that on the website or something. Now we have. Tell us a little bit about what you knew about this young lady in terms of her becoming. Homecoming queen,
put respect on it. Homecoming queen.
Yes. But tell us about how that started, please.
Well, actually, I've known Destiny since she was in the 5th grade, and have been friends with her family for quite some time. Her homecoming queen win was no surprise to me, I'll be honest. I teach 8th grade at the feeder school at Summit Intermediate.
Right.
And so, and I also own a cheer company, which she is one of my cheer coaches.
Okay.
And so at the school, the day of the rally, I made sure I went around and said, vote for Destiny, vote for Destiny, vote for Destiny. I have a son who's a freshman on the football team, and I told him, you better vote for Destiny.
Right.
You better get all your friends to vote for Destiny.
Right, yes.
But I will say that Destiny is an amazing young woman. She puts her mind to something. She gets it done. She does it with a smile. She's respectful. She's just honestly and truly one of the hardest working young ladies I've ever met, and I'm very proud to have her not only as a representative of Etiwanda as a homecoming queen, but also as our head cheer captain and ASB president. She's just all around amazing.
Now, we can stop the interview so Greg I can go get some tissue real quick. we might need to, you know what I mean? Like,
name drop your son on freshman.
Jaden Allo, number 78, right tackle.
Okay, there you go. Since we're naming kids off to play football at Edawanda, Brian Arrington.
Now, so we have Miss Destiny Freeman here.
I was trying to talk about my son, man.
Look at you, I know.
Come on, man.
Now, it's generally difficult to get your Instagram and Twitter handle the same.
Yeah.
It was her destiny.
But it being Destiny, this young lady has maneuvered that. So already I can tell that you're computer savvy, which is a good thing.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes, but so talk to us real quick, because now Coach B, I don't know what you were doing when you were 4. But Destiny said that she was doing cheerleading when she was 4 already. So you were already involved in this thing. 'Cause I know when I was 4, I was running around. I don't know what I was doing, but something crazy. But tell us a little bit about your background in cheer, how you got started.
Well, I used to live in San Diego. My dad was deployed down there in the Navy, and so I did Pop Warner, and my mom was actually my coach.
Okay.
So then when we moved from San Diego, I actually got into cheer with Tracy, and ever since then, I just been building up from there,
Yes.
and I eventually tried out for my high school team, and now I'm here.
Fantastic. Now, tell us about how you felt about it, because, it's generally when you're in a drop top, it's difficult for you to be out there. They normally warrant you against sitting up and waving
Those
at everybody.
were Corvettes.
And those are some Corvettes.
Yeah, nice.
So, right? So, I mean.
I love the USC blanket that they had on there.
Exactly. I would have been tempted to create some music video while that was going on or something like that. However, you maintained. So tell us about the ride and the whole experience for you.
The ride was definitely cold. It was freezing, and I was wearing a dress, no
jacket, no nothing,
anything,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
But honestly, I was just really grateful to see all my friends in the stands cheering for me, and it was something that really made my heart warm, even though it was really cold that day.
Right.
And just seeing all my friends, I was just really happy that that night. And it was just something that I didn't expect to actually win, because I'm going against my other peers.
Right.
But I would have been happy either way for everyone. So it was just a really good experience overall.
We talked about that because we were doing the game on radio. When you won, you were dressed up. You had your nice dress on. Mm-hmm. Did you go to Tracy and say, you know what, I'm taking the night off? I just won homecoming queen. You guys get somebody else to fill in. Was that the conversation?
Actually, kind of surprising. They said, do you. This is about you tonight.
Okay.
So, go take your pictures, and then we'll see you at the game.
Right.
Next game, yeah.
So you didn't cheer at all that night?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So how did I saw there were a lot of cheerleaders. It looked like all levels came out and they were excited for you. What was the response after that and on campus and whatnot?
After that, going into my classes on Monday the next week, everyone was like, "Oh, it's the homecoming queen."
Did they carry you in? I mean, did they get?
I was just greeted with "Hey, queen," all that kind of stuff. But it was really cool to get noticed like that.
Right.
So yeah.
So did you tell Mr. Armillo I'm the queen now?
Right.
I'm gonna take the week off.
Right.
No, I can't.
Did you? Now the other question I have to ask: did you get free lunch for the week?
I wish.
Right?
But no.
Okay.
It's okay though.
You could have maybe negotiated that. I think if you could have,
right.
Now,
said, Mr. Armillo,
right?
I'm the queen.
Right. So now I want to ask you another question real quick about Edawanda cheer. Now, tell us about how it is right now, because obviously, we just had Miss Michelle Gardner on there. She does a great job of writing. Obviously, your team
very honest.
You're very, very, very candid, which is why we like her. When your team goes through some struggles, how is it for the cheer? Because you guys have to still bring them up. You guys are still representing the same school. So tell us how that is for you guys as a cheer squad.
Honestly, at the end of the day, we are a cheer squad, and we're there to lead, get everyone pumped up. So no matter what, the football team is going through or the basketball team, we're there for them.
Right.
So we have to, keep that spirit up. So we're not really, affected by their losses, even though, emotionally we are.
Right.
But we can't show that to the crowd,
Right. So, we're gonna put that on repeat when you say we're there for them. So we want to make sure that everybody knows that, because you young ladies do a good job of that. And I want to also propose that question to you, ma'am, as well. Just about how that is for you, because you're leading these young ladies. So what is your message to them when they may experience difficult times in terms of the football game?
Well, we just tell them that at the end of the day, win or lose, these young men out on that field are putting their heart into it,
Right.
and we have to do the same for them.
Right.
We have to support them no matter what. I know that we've had a difficult start to the season, and losing Jordan.
I was just about to say, and the crazy thing about it, the games have been they've been competitive. They've been right there.
A play here, play there.
I mean, even Coach B and I, we're in there. We're like, we're screaming. We're just listening to the podcast.
For me, it's personal.
Well,
right.
Yeah. Well, you would think it's personal with me sometimes.
Right.
I mean, we're emotional, so I know you have to be out there going, so it has to be crazy.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they put their heart into it, so we have to do the same. And regardless, win or lose, the last cheer that we do of every game is LOVE. We love our varsity,
right?
And it doesn't matter. We still support them. We actually support every sport on campus.
Right.
You'll see us at volleyball. You'll see us at baseball. You'll see us at tennis, water polo.
Right.
So our support is for them. We're there for them, and they just need to know that no matter what, we still got their backs.
Go
Fantastic.
Big Red.
You guys are like community ambassadors, which is like a really good thing you guys are doing. And it shows. That's the great thing about it is when we're up there, we see it. It goes through. You can see you guys are engaged, and that's the great thing, what I like about it. Now, let me ask you this now, real quick, because I think everybody always wants to know about this, and I know we got to get ready to wrap this up. But in halftime, you guys, all the girls come together, and you guys are all cool and stuff.
Even from the other squads.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So, like, both teams kind of come together.
You don't see that
nobody slap boxes or nothing like that.
Because on the team.
I'm about to say, like, because on the football field, the teams rarely do that, but the girls have that thing going on. Tell us about what that is, real quick, if you don't mind.
So I was actually kind of confused when I came onto the cheer team. I'm like, why do we bring our rival school over here? But honestly, it's good because we're all here for the same thing.
Exactly.
We're here to cheer on our team. So it's like if we come together during halftime, we just like greet each other like, hey, here's some snacks. Let's watch our halftime performance. So it's something that like brings cheer together and makes cheer a family, no matter like what school you're from.
There you go.
And I know you were going to say, excuse me.
Well, and a lot of times, especially within our league, these girls all know each other.
Right.
So they'll see friends, or I mean, we even had some girls from Corona Centennial that they had cheered with when they were little.
Right.
And so they have that camaraderie.
There's that connection.
And there's that connection.
Yeah.
So it's nice for them to get to see each other and really cheer each other on, because sometimes cheer kind of gets a bad rap.
I'm about to say, we've seen the movie. What's the movie called?
Bring It On.
Bring It On. Look at you, like, everybody was like, well, we know about it. So we've seen that, but again, we have to tell people that that's Hollywood, and there's partial truths, and then there's a lot of negative stuff as well. But no, we appreciate you guys. We thank, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Etiwanda High School cheer, and then also you said you do Velocity Elite cheer. What if anyone who wants to I wish my daughter we knew about this years ago when my daughter was little. But if anyone is younger and they want to get involved with cheer and it gets them ready for the high school level, where can they go to get info on Velocity?
You can check out our website at velocityelitecheer.com or email us at velocitycheer@gmail.com. Our phone number is 909-749-8832, and we'll be more than happy to have you come out and join us. We have girls as young as 4, as old as 17, and we're getting ready to get our season started.
Ask Destiny. She'll tell you she's been doing it since she was 4. You know what I mean?
Put respect on it. She's the homecoming queen. Put respect
and now she's a coach.
Yes,
so.
yes.
There you go.
Right. No, I'm sorry. Executive president.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Let's
Yeah. And she got the shirt.
With spectacular penmanship, I might add as well.
Thank
I mean,
you.
let me tell you something. When I write stuff, it's like Sanskrit. I don't know if you know what Sanskrit is, but you need like an archaeology major to kind of decipher that stuff.
And that's the executive president of the ASB.
Yes.
There you go.
Fantastic.
There you go. Good job.
Thank
Etiwanda
you.
High School cheer, the 2007 homecoming queen, Miss Destiny Freeman, and
Yes,
then
indeed.
Tracy Allo. It's Allo. Am I saying that correct?
Actually, you're saying it exactly correct.
Wow.
Most
Let me tell
people
you,
just
no,
say
that is-
aloe. Actually, most people say aloe, which is wrong.
What
But
is aloe?
We'll take aloe.
What is that? Allo, is that?
It's Samoan. My husband's
okay.
Samoan.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, and let me tell you something. He never gets a name right.
No.
So there is like, whoa, that's big for him. So yeah. So kudos.
And that was Allo for you to say that and point that out. And then before we go, one thing I want to do, you said we name dropped one kid. You said you have 4 amazing kids. I figured, we should name off all the kids.
I'm about to say,
because
they start fighting over there. They listening, Miss Reynolds.
Brian Arrington, Brianna Arrington. I mean, you might as well, you can name off your 4 as well.
All right. My oldest is Kylie. Then I have Abby, Jaden, my son, and my youngest is Cameron. He'll be playing volleyball at Etiwanda in a couple of years.
Fantastic.
There you go.
Now, real quick. Now, your mother is involved in some way. Is that correct?
Yes,
So let's
definitely.
make sure we named off your parents as well, please.
All right, my mom is LaShawn Freeman, and my dad is Jason Harris.
Are there any other coaches that we on the
Coaches are McKenna Kelsey and Sheena.
Fantastic.
There we go.
Well, again, you guys are doing a great job. We're up there, so we can tell you from our from up top.
Right.
You guys are doing a wonderful job.
And it's good because we had one of the girls on there, Maddie. She was we had her when she was I know she still keeps in contact with my daughter. She's at Grand Canyon. She used to cheer.
Oh, Maddie Ziegler.
Maddie
yeah.
Ziegler. That's my daughter Abby's best friend.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So she's like,
yes.
we
and
know
we
everybody.
had her on when she was at 12 or 13
Yes.
playing softball.
Exactly.
So,
I remember that.
So
Yes.
so the cheer girls are doing great things. You ready to take a quick commercial break?
Hey, let's do it.
Let's go ahead and do this. We thank you guys so much, Etiwanda High School cheer. Like I said,
Thank you kindly.
because I have 2 kids at Etiwanda and have another kid next year doesn't mean I'm a homer. I just want the audience to know that. So let's go ahead and do this. You're listening to IE Sports Net, connected by Boost Mobile with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops. I've been over here messing up all morning. The
Pretty
conversation starts and stops here. Live on Fox Sports 1350. Excuse me.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto and Pradaxa users. If you or a loved one has taken the blood-thinning drugs Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered an injury or even died, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to internal bleeding, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. If you or a loved one has taken these blood-thinning drugs and have been hospitalized for internal bleeding, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. Time is limited to file your claim. Call now for free information and a free consultation. Lines are open 24/7. Call 800-282-8605. That's 800-282-8605. 800-282-8605. You could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now.
All right, guys, we're ready for our Four Seasons sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors.
Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah!
No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-973-5533. That's 800-973-5533. Call 800-973-5533 today.
Hello, my name is Officer Richard Guerrero, Vice President of the Fontana Police Officers Association. We're more than just a labor organization. The Fontana Police Officers Association is serious about giving back to our community, particularly to our kids. We found that kids who study, do well in school, volunteer regularly, and participate in sports are less likely to become involved in criminal activity and illicit drug usage. Each year we provide thousands of dollars in scholarships to local kids, community causes, and we are proud sponsors of the Inland Valley All-Star Classic Series. The Fontana POA and strong community leadership will make way for safer and more prosperous communities.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well, and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle scoresports. That's SCORESPORTS.
Yo, what up? This is Sendog from Cypress Hill. You're listening to me on IE Sportsnet all day long, all day strong, you heard?
Yes, we are back. It is IE Sportsnet, connected by Boost Mobile on Fox Sports 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, we continue to fight on here on Fox Sports 1350. People try to mock me and talk about my team, but I live in Southern California, so I cheer for the University of Southern California.
I want to give a couple quick shout-outs real quick. We got some folks listening. I want to make sure I shout them out. Big shout-out to Sevilla, Riverside VIP. Big shout-out to my folks over at Rancho Elite Basketball.
Oh, yes. I hit up Coach Alexander. I emailed him this morning and told him that we're trying to get his son in. We want to get his son, Sean, the running back over at Rancho. And we were talking, Michelle Gardner, we were talking about him. His son is doing really big things. He's a senior over at Rancho. His name is Justin Alexander. And then we want to get Sean Dollar as well as Nick Acosta and Coach Baez in. So we're working on doing that.
Yes.
But Rancho, they're like the godfathers of San Bernardino County football.
No doubt about it. I was talking about Rancho Elite Basketball, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Basketball.
Rancho Cucamonga?
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach. And who's your connect over there?
I forgot what my man's name is, but
Calvin Alexander.
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, his son is Justin.
Oh, you said his son?
Yeah, his son is Justin.
He's like, I tried to tell you.
Yeah, that's right. Listen to the podcast, and I'll say we're trying to get his son on. So Rancho Elite Basketball, I sent him an email saying that I'm trying to get his son on.
Hey man, look, I need another cup of coffee.
Right, you've just been off all day.
Man, you know what it was? Because I've been waiting to come in here, because you was talking all this stuff about we're
talking about Rancho Cucamonga Cougars.
No, man. SC last night was playing the midnight. I mean, they was playing midnight. They was like in the midnight basketball.
Right. And they call it Pac-12 after dark, which makes no sense.
It really doesn't. It's poor planning, and a lot of people were complaining about it because again, it takes away. Even when they scheduled this,
right?
When they first started, like when they were saying this, people were mad about it because it takes away from high school football.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's a lot of pushback on it. Further, it's a difficult schedule because again, even in the NFL, they talk about those short weeks.
Right.
So it's again, it really becomes difficult. However, saying all that, they traveled up to Washington.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Where it rains almost every 15 seconds. I don't even know how you can handle it. But anyway, they do, and let me tell you something. That Washington State offense is legit. And the coach, Mike Leach, he may get an Emmy Award for the way he did the reporters last night. Because he's all over. He's hot on Twitter right now. You don't even want to go out there and look at that. But let me tell you something. They really did well. Big up to SC. Big up to our guys. Yeah.
Were you saying something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they couldn't stop the run.
Let me wake. Our show's 8 in the morning, so I'm just waking up.
They couldn't stop the run. That quarterback is out there looking like a Heisman. He may get the Heisman now instead of your boy Sam I Am Darnold. I'm sorry, you were saying?
No, you know what? Here's the issue. And Coach Ron, good friend of the show over at Corona. And
my boy right there.
I put some stuff on there, some disparaging remarks about USC,
he almost ran up on you.
Right. And when you go to, and Coach Ron is a UCLA Bruin.
Oh, guarantee you. But he knows his football.
If you go to my house, I have what you would call, the Arrington family. We call it the Shrine.
The Shrine.
When you go into my son's room, it's painted USC colors. It has all USC stuff. So I live and die USC football. And I said this when they played Texas. They should have lost that game against Texas. And I said they run an 8th grade offense.
Yeah,
T. Martin is a quarterback.
You are very unfavorable to T. Martin.
He is a quarterback. He the one thing about SC is football is a game of adjustments.
Right.
And I just don't see in USC. It reminds me of the teams when I was growing up. When you see I grew up in the LA area. When you see the Long Beach Polys, you see the Dorseys. They beat teams with just talent.
Right.
And you can see that's what USC is dependent on.
Guaranteed.
Is talent.
Right, because you saw Ronald Jones out there, the former 100-meter runner that just got ice skates.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the talent is there. Our guy, Stephen Carr, is out there doing his thing. I even saw our guy, Yakili Ross, out there last night. And excuse me, our guy Chris Hawkins is always a staple out there for the defense. But again, they were having, just to keep it real, they were having a problem with that Washington State offense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way they were, granted, there was some bad play calling, play calling for offense. But USC's defense is a concern for me. They got guys out there, there's no question. But the way they were able to move that football and run when they wanted to, especially like in those late quarters.
Right. Here's another thing that doesn't bode well for USC. When you have your typical college program, let's say like a UCLA. Okay. UCLA, they'll get some of the best players in Southern California. Right. Without a doubt. You look at Josh Rosen. Right. They'll get some of the best players.
Our guy from Rev.
Jalen Phillips. Yes, they'll get some of the best. USC gets some of the best players in the nation. Right. And that goes against them because they kept talking about this on the broadcast. Washington State had 40.
From California guys.
Exactly. Not California, Southern
California guys. Good call. You're right about that.
40 Southern California kids.
Think about that for a second.
If you're a stud in high school and you're one of the best players in Southern California, and USC is, and we know USC is the football school, UCLA is the basketball school, you're never going to change that, no matter how hard you try.
Especially now since we got the little allegations going on.
Right.
With USC.
Yeah. And most kids that grew up, like say for instance my son. My son is a sophomore now in high school. When he was young and he was first getting into football, his favorite player was Reggie Bush. Right. So Reggie Bush didn't go to USC. I'm sorry, they erased him from the records. So when he was young and he was growing up, he watched him. Right. And he loved that offense. Right. And USC that's his dream school. Right. So think about it. You're the best kid in Southern California. You're a stud, and you never get that call from USC.
Yeah. And, we've heard about that. We've had coaches here in studio that have talked to us about, hey, I'm an alumni, and I'm fighting for my kid to get in there, and it's not happening. So we know about it. But yeah, they suffered last night. It was, again, home field. They rushed it. I'm surprised they didn't take down the goalpost. I turned it off by that time. I was
already asleep.
Yeah, I know you were. You didn't want to see that. You didn't want to see that. It was bad.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say, I enjoyed. I think Sam Darnold is a solid quarterback. Again, he's a gunslinger. He's gonna have to kind of tone that down some.
Reminds me of Brett Favre.
Yeah. But again, his composure. Like even when he fumbled last night, went to the sidelines, took his helmet off, like, hey man, I messed up.
Yeah.
Not all like, hey, he didn't throw his helmet and he didn't start crying like I probably would have got.
I would like to see some emotion.
Now you want some emotion?
Yeah,
you were just talking about him last week. I mean, he was cool as the other side of the pillow last week. But now you want some emotion. Okay.
I mean, in a play like that, you want to see something. When you win, it's great. But when you lose, here's the thing: is when I coached. My specialty was being the quarterback coach. Okay. And the thing is, when you're the quarterback,
you're the leader.
Exactly.
You're the leader.
Exactly.
So I mean, you have to take that with a grain of salt, because you gotta it's like, what do you want? It's the gift and the curse. Do you want your guy like nice and even, or do you want your guy high strung?
Here's the thing. This is how small the community is in where we live. Even though I live in Fontana, my kids go to school in Rancho. My daughter said in the 5th grade, she if it's the same Justin Alexander, she had a class with him in the 5th grade. And her and what's our guy? What's the big guy, the lineman? We always talk, Alec Anderson.
Yes.
They had a kindergarten class together. So it's ironic when you see these kids when they're kindergartners and now they're this is my daughter's last year.
Right. No, it's we know this community's.
And now I'll get back on topic.
Yeah, I know you don't want to talk about this. I know you don't want to talk about this, but I know we got to get ready. We're gonna go to a break real quick. We didn't get a chance to discuss some of the scores that were going on. We got some scores. Also, we're going to talk about Lakers Media Day. I was on hand live for the LA Lakers Media Day. I want to make sure we talk about that because we got to talk about that.
We got some things pending, and if they go the way we expect, we will be barred from talking about the Lakers. So I just want you to know.
Well, that's why I'm getting it in right now.
Right. Okay.
Because the Lakers are local. I mean,
it's still tentative.
You're right about that. That's why I said we ain't signed nothing yet. So I mean, I can still do my thing. The Lakers right now they're chilling right now. They're at Pechanga right now. They're going to be doing basically like they're gonna be some good, because that's what the Lakers are. They're goodwill ambassadors.
Right.
So they're gonna be doing some stuff with the some different cats over at the Tribe area. with Pechanga. So big up to Pechanga Casino. They're going to be there doing that. It's an exclusive event, so you guys won't, the public won't be able to go there, but there's going to be some select kids that are associated with the Pechanga tribe, and they're going to be able to go out there and hang out with those cats. So that's going to be real special. And then a lot as people understand, I hope people know, the Lake Show will be at the I was going to say the Staples Center. We'll be at Citizens Bank Arena. I hope y'all have got your tickets.
Business Bank Arena.
Put respect on it, because we got a little business. But again, the Lake Show will be there. Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, my man, Juju Randle. They've done some signing, but we're gonna go to break. We come back to break. I'll talk about some of the signings that happened with the Lake Show, the new stuff going on. And then today, Coach B, where are we gonna be at today?
Today we will be in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
In the words of Jerry Jones, not LA, not Los Angeles, Los Angeles. And what team will we be covering?
The San Agua Caliente
Clippers of Ontario. So we're excited about that.
I said the San Agua Caliente.
I know. I was about to
It's the Agua Caliente.
You don't want to talk about that place in Highland. We don't want to upset nobody,
I was close.
Right? I was going to say, you put Spanish on it? I was like, put respect on it. So let's go ahead and do this. You're listening to IE Sportsnet Connected by Boost Mobile with Coach B.
Andy Turtle. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. Live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto and Pradaxa users. If you or a loved one has taken the blood-thinning drugs Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered an injury or even died, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to internal bleeding, strokes, and pulmonary embolisms. If you or a loved one has taken these blood-thinning drugs and have been hospitalized for internal bleeding, you could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Don't be a silent victim. Time is limited to file your claim. Call now for free information and a free consultation. Lines are open 24/7. Call 800-282-8605. That's 800-282-8605. 800-282-8605. You could be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-282-8605 now.
All right, guys, we're ready for our four-season sunroom, and Daddy's gonna get a rec room with refreshments.
Oh no, we'll be sleeping under the stars.
Mom, what about the one with, the fun?
Nice try, little bro. It's a gym. My gym.
Hey, Grandma's getting her Four Seasons garden room. Weather tight and still like being outdoors.
Maybe a living room. Oh no, wait, a family hub.
Yeah!
No matter what the budget, the season, or the climate, Four Seasons Sunrooms let you and your family enjoy the outdoors inside. Call now to hear more about these great offers from the premier manufacturer of sunrooms since 1975.
More reasons for Four Seasons now.
To find out more, call toll-free 800-973-5533. That's 800-973-5533. Call 800-973-5533 today.
Hello, my name is Officer Richard Guerrero, Vice President of the Fontana Police Officers Association. We're more than just a labor organization. The Fontana Police Officers Association is serious about giving back to our community, particularly to our kids. We found that kids who study, do well in school, volunteer regularly, and participate in sports are less likely to become involved in criminal activity and illicit drug usage. Each year we provide thousands of dollars in scholarships to local kids, community causes, and we are proud sponsors of the Inland Valley All-Star Classic Series. The Fontana POA and strong community leadership will make way for safer and more prosperous community.
Score Sports has been a loyal partner in the sports industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1975, Score Sports has always been a family-owned and operated business located in the heart of Southern California. They offer a full line of youth and adult soccer uniforms, accessories, and field equipment, youth and adult basketball uniforms and accessories and equipment. Score Sports can outfit your coaches and league referees as well and much more. Their dedication and attention to detail has transformed Score Sports into one of the leading sport uniform manufacturers in the United States. Visit their spacious warehouse at 726 East Anaheim Street in Wilmington, or call them today at 800-626-7774. That's 800-626-7774. Or visit them on the web at scoresports.com. That's scoresports.com, at facebook.com/scoresports, or on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Score Sports. That's SCORESPORTS.
This is Ryan Kelly with the LA Lakers. And this is the IE Sports Network.
Yes, we're back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet connected by Boost Mobile on Fox Sports 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know, the conversation starts and stops here. You know, funny thing is, were you on Periscope or what were you on?
I was live on Instagram.
Okay, I thought it was your Christian mingle. But, you know, the funny thing.
I gave that one up, man. I'm back to Farmers Only strictly, man. I got in trouble.
You know, here's the funny thing is because I went and run to get some coffee. As I'm coming around the corner, you're saying live on air. I'm like, oh, man, I'm late. So I thought you started without me, man.
Yeah, you know I like to do that, too.
You do. You lock the door.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to, like, start reading. Anyway, it's going down right now. As I mentioned, I was out in the great city of El Segundo, as Tribe Called Quest once coined.
Did you leave your wallet?
I did not leave my wallet.
Okay.
I did not leave my wallet.
Sure.
It was funny, but I did forget my SD card, so I had to go to a store and run out there and go grab an SD card. I mean, how many times have I done that?
Right.
I didn't do that today, I can tell you.
Right.
But yeah, man, so it was crazy. Lakers Media Day, brand new look for the Lakers. It wasn't as crowded as it normally.
This year, last year at that facility.
No, this is the first year, actually. This is a brand new facility.
Okay,
this is the UCLA Health Training Center.
Okay.
Brand new, state of the art.
They're no longer the Toyota one.
They're no longer at the Toyota guy no more. And that's where over there where the Kings are.
Right.
So I think the Kings kind of have that exclusively now, if I'm not mistaken. But you know, nice new facility set up. Really, really clean. You know, it's ready to go. I mean, the Lakers.
Did you see any South Bay Lakers?
I did not. Well,
okay.
Well, not that I know, because you know now they have dual contracts, so a lot of the Lakers that I did see there will be playing on the South Bay Lakers now.
And you know what? Speaking of that, we had Heath Bennett, the team president of the Agua Caliente Clippers.
Correct.
I like that because now it's becoming a true minor league system.
Well, and let me tell you something. What's going on in the NCAA, kind of at least try to keep on topic. I know we're going to talk about that a little bit, but what's going on right now in the NCAA, that's going to kind of create that environment for where the G League, now coined, is going to be a lot more lucrative for players. But as I was saying, the media frenzy was definitely for Lonzo Ball out there. Lonzo Ball being like the new face that the Lakers are selling this off of. Now, in terms of talent, I would definitely say that Brandon Ingram is probably their star player, just to keep it, you know, in terms of just talent. But you know,
skinny, tall, tight pants.
Yeah, man, and he was out there, and again, that dude is Brandon Ingram is like that is a tall brother right there.
Right. Is he a 7-footer?
Definitely, very close, very near to it. Like, you know, he's about 6'11" and 3/4 type deal.
Right.
But and then also out there, they signed Andrew Bogut, which is kind of wild because they also have Brooke Lopez as well.
Yeah, and
I didn't really understand
that. We just got rid of that contract of the guy they sent to the Nets.
Yes.
Who was the center? He was. I forgot
what his name is, but
I
know
but we
just
offloaded that.
Yeah,
in the NBA, you don't really need a center.
And then we already have our youngster out there, the 19-year-old. I forgot what his name, Dubats.
Right.
Who's really doing some really good things. He kind of was coming of age last year.
And Nance is the guy, though.
Oh, guaranteed. Larry Nance Jr. Oh yeah, but you know, cowboy boots. But
he had on cowboy boots.
Oh no, he's like a country.
He went to Wyoming.
That's why I say he's a country dude. No, guaranteed. Like he says he kind of prefers country boots over anything. Yeah.
Interesting.
But anyway, who else was new for the Lakers is our guy. He's a journeyman. My goodness, what is his name? He used to wear the headband for Houston. Oh my goodness. Wow.
You might want to pull that up off air.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm up here looking at you putting 5 creamers in your coffee right now.
Hey man, I like coffee.
My goodness.
With my cream and sugar.
Jesus Christ.
You know.
But Corey Brewer is what his name.
Oh, he's still in the league.
That's what I said. I said that too.
He's got to be my age.
Yeah, no, he
Good
guaranteed.
Lord.
Yeah. Like he and I, we went to prom. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Like we was he had a day out of day.
You
type
might have been
deal.
a freshman when he was a senior.
Exactly, kind of thing. Exactly. Right. We high school at the same time, kind of deal. But yeah, he's out there, and it was kind of interesting because so we do have some veterans. I think that's what the objective was, is to get some veterans. Luau Dang is still out there. Dang, Luau Dang. Luau Dang's still out there, and my man Jordan. I Dress Nice. Clarkson was out there as well.
You've been on that guy. Do you tell him, man, I'm the one dude on IE Sports that knows fighting for you, man.
Hey, look, and JC's always good, though. He always gives me drops. He always looks out. So big shout out to Jordan Clarkson. Even though he's like, he's in the light-skinned tribe, like he always like to say, but he's a real cool brother. Big up to my man Jordan Clarkson, who's, again, as I mentioned to you, he's one of those guys that I've just seen progress, and he did that throughout the D-League. He was out there in the D-League dropping 30 and 40 a night. And so, I got a chance to see him a lot. So, Jordan Clarkson is definitely a special player. He's probably be coming off the bench going forward. But
you know what's funny? I'm looking at the roster, so they clearly haven't made the cut yet because it's a bunch of.
Oh no,
Kyle
exactly.
Kuzma.
Yes,
is the guy that we're talking about.
Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, and he was out there. And big shout out to Kyle Kuzma. He was also out there at Orange Vista. He was also out there at Orange Vista. So big shout out to him. He was out there putting it down. So man, he came out here local.
Corey Brewer, he's getting a $7 million check.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. He's getting paid.
We have to look up, what is the league, the veteran minimum?
He's not. He's getting more than a veteran minimum.
Yes,
I'm trying to say the Lakers be writing checks, man. Because
I need to get
who that was? Because that was somebody who came over with Luau Dang last year. Who was that? And we cut him. We had to cut him because he was Mazdov, Timothy Mazdov.
Yes, Mazdov.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was a horrible.
I think that he had, it didn't work out because the problem with Mazdov is when he came to Staples Center, he had visions of what
LeBron and
what Griffin did to him.
True. Ooh.
It became a verb when you said you got Mazdov.
Oh yeah, that boy. Ooh, don't even. When he said that, I was kind of like, oh man.
It reminds me of what was the coach from Golden State, Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of plays.
For real. Yeah. Like when Chambers put the knee in the chest.
Now, kids, if you're a millennial, Google it.
Tom Chambers.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah. If you ever think white men can't jump, ask Mark Jackson, because oh my goodness.
That would probably have to be one of the greatest dunks and posters.
Tom Chambers.
That goes hand in hand when Jordan came. He went baseline and came back and got
Ewing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but again, Lakers. I personally think they're gonna surprise people.
But Dwight Howard Kobe, that probably was.
No, Kobe. That was.
Yeah.
He wrapped around. Oh man, Kobe wrapped around that boy so bad. That was just.
But what about Vince when he went over the guy?
Yeah, no, Vince when he caught Alonzo probably was.
Yeah, that was the Olympics. Remember he jumped over the.
That was nasty. But I'm saying, but this is that was like.
We're just getting off topic.
Yeah, that was a foreigner right there. But I'm talking about I remember seeing that when he caught Alonzo. Like that was like,
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I know we got to get out of here. But you think about, I think about it because him and Dwight were on the same team. How do you and he got Steve Nash?
Yeah. Oh.
How do you sit there and talk?
Steve Nash slid. That was bad. That's when he got the MVP. Remember that? Steve Nash, I got the MVP, and Cole was still mad. Oh man, Cole caught him, and I remember he slid. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Because that's why Kobe was the best.
But we're just sitting around talking sports,
having a little locker room talk.
And like we said today, we're excited. Follow us on our social media, on our Instagram. We're going to be out there with Bennett.
I want to keep it real. We got through this whole show and we ain't even take a knee.
Okay, so we'll be out there with Heath Bennett and Cara Wright. We're going to be out there with the
Agua Caliente
Clippers of Ontario. It's open tryouts tomorrow. The rumor is Marcellus is going to be there.
That's what we're hearing.
I'm going to tell you, I brought my knee brace. I brought my shorts. I brought my tape for my fingers.
Marcellus don't want it with Hove.
Oh, no. Well, I'm talking about my Gatorade 1, 2, and 3. If they need a water boy,
yeah, I'm going to tell Marcellus, I saw how you let LeVar do you, homie. And if you let LeVar do that to you, you know what I'm going to do to you.
Yeah, I mean, Marcellus and I, our origins, we both originate from the hub city. You can't go out like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't let LeVar go out there to do you like that. Your mama and everybody watching. But anyway, it's going down again. So, look, check us out. If you guys want to check us out today, we will be, as Coach B was alluding to, we will be live for the Agua Caliente. Agua Caliente!
Clippers of Ontario.
They're going to have their open tryouts today. We'll be going out there live for that. And then this week, again, hope you guys got your tickets. The Lakers will be taking on the Denver Nuggets at Citizens Business Bank Arena. We're going to be out there live for that as well, Coach B.
And then next weekend, I'm going to make the pilgrimage. I'm going to make the journey. It's going to be difficult. I'm going to have to get my supplies ready. But I will be going home to the University of Southern California covering that game.
Oh, yes. And because that's, Coach B, you'll be live on the field.
Yes, I will.
And that's going to be the Saturday coming up, right?
Yes, it is.
Are you going to, because Stephen Carr was on there, like, what y'all got to say about that? Are you going to ask him, you going to respond to that?
I'm going to reach out to all the Southern California kids. Let's get out of here. Thank you for listening to IE Sportsnet Connected by Boost Mobile with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350.
Fight on, baby.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
You are tuned into the new home for IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio 1350 a.m. IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning, 8 a.m.